Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Today is Saturday, 28th of August, 2020. I am Nestanana on Nestanana Humanist. Together with Dr. Pamela Mansume, we will talk about the sad situation happening in Kumba, and we will also share some words on the speech given by the president-elect of the Republic of Cameroon, Professor Maurice Kamto. So tonight, two main topics with a few articulations. Dr. Pamela, good evening. How are you today?
I'm doing good, thank you, my best friend, my body.
It's a pleasure to have you here. I always like to have you around me. You know that for sure.
For sure, yes, I know.
Absolutely. So it is unfortunate that tonight we are going to be talking about some political manipulations happening in Kumba, Memi Division, in the southwest province of our country. So why don't you go ahead and give us some background of what happened there before we start with anything?
Well, good evening, everybody. Please like and share as you watch. Just like and share because we need this message to go out to a lot of people to understand the plight of our mothers and sisters and brothers who are vendors who are making life easier for us in Kumba, who are struggling to make ends, taking care of their families. About yesterday, I got a video from my friend in Germany, and she sent me this video with a lot of pain. And the video was on a group of women, many of them in numbers, and young men, young women too, and older women at the Fun Palace. But I had seen a similar video on Facebook, and I was like, okay, this is happening in Kumba. And the video was expressing the fact that Kumba has been having the ghost town for quite a while, which was the normal thing that is going on with the revolution, and it is respected 100%, or at least 90%, at least 99%, and then the Kumba authority, I think the SGO had with his accomplice, and maybe the mayor, I don't know who, but it's the same people who are in helping the enablers and the occupier to make our lives miserable. They went and locked all the stores in the market. So this has been going on for quite a while, and these people had no choice but to go and meet them for negotiation. And when the video which they showed in the council, they showed these people expressing, and I don't recognize this person because he looked like he's a senior, maybe he has a political position, maybe he's somebody of influence. And he asked them, he said, okay, we've listened to you guys and we've understood, but on one condition, we're gonna open the stores. On one condition.
Who said that? The SDO?
I don't know, maybe that's the SU, but I don't, they change these people every minute.
Okay.
They take the ones that are very loyal to them.
Okay.
So, but it's somebody that looks like he has a position and he has some influence in whatever office he's occupying. And he said, on one condition, we are going to open the stores. If you are going to open your stores every day, especially on Mondays, where it means you get to violate the ghost town, you don't have to respect the ghost town. That's when we're going to open those stores. And everybody unanimously, they just scream, no. And the person is like, okay, so the video stopped. I was so curious to know the other side of the video. What this guy, how ridiculed he was to hear people saying that we want to keep the ghost town. We have accepted ghost town. So the video my friend sent, these people are the same vendors are the palace, because the person that was taking the video was giving this description that you can see them crying, and there was a lot of wailing, like how people wail with agony and pain, and and a lot of feeling left out, and that really touched my heart. And they were saying, "Oh, they are in the chief's palace." I guess our paramount chief, V. Mukete, but now the son is now the present chief, Fonikoko Mukete. So I don't know who was attending to them, but they were all seated on the ground and they were wailing, they were crying for help. These people touched my heart, and that's why we are sitting here today at this hour.
Yes. So they have ghost town in Kumba every Monday?
Yes, they have this ghost town in Kumba every Monday. That has been going on for years.
Mm-hmm.
This has been going on for years. It has become the lifestyle of people. And I know that they have done lots of measures, and this is just one of them, to punish the people, to persuade them to violate the ghost town, because they feel the ghost town is an illegal act of disobedience.
No, it's not an illegal act. It is just a way to
That's how they're interpreting it. They're interpreting it like they are losing power. People are taking control of their lives on what they want, and they feel like they're losing the power of affluence from the authorities they serve, because they are not serving the Kumba people. And I'm here, Nestor, on the right of a Bafo woman, a true born Bafo woman, who is touched because this is happening in my own hometown, in my village, where I grew up. And I know that a lot of us looking at this kind of ill treatment or maltreatment of humans will be very concerned that
Yes.
people are taking it to this level without
Yes.
humanity, with no compassion, with no empathy.
Yes.
And this is where, you remember we talked about this. How do we lose it?
Yes. Yes. You know, the thing is, this government doesn't get it. They don't get it. They have no clue about freedom. They have no clue about respect for life. They just want to kill. They just want to abuse. They just want to fracture. They just want to divide. That's their expertise. They don't know about promoting the well-being of the citizen. They don't.
Well, this evening, I want to address this specifically to people I know would hear this and ask themselves a question. Are we leaders leading to guide people, to protect people, to provide for our people, or are we dictators? People have taken laws into their hands, into their authority, and they are misusing it. There is just no reason why people should be treated this way by the same people they entrusted and voted to be in power. It makes no sense.
Dr. P, nobody voted for them.
I mean, that's what they assume.
No,
They assume that they were voted. They assume that they were voted because they manipulate everything. They know
no,
how
they
to do
were
it.
not voted.
But you know what?
Every single human on earth know that these people never won any elections. They are forcing themselves in power. They are forcing themselves in power and doing nothing for the citizens. That's what they are doing. But in this particular case, Dr. P, in this particular case, the case of Kumba in Meme Division, what will you recommend? What is it that we can do as a community?
Well, I'm not very surprised in all this what people are doing to other people they dominate. It has just been a pattern. It has just been a pattern that people have been doing for many years. But these same people doing this have not realized that this generation is not the generation that will accept those kinds of those kinds of treatment anymore. We are generation that have understood that we have the right, and We have the right to decide, to choose what we want. So I am not here to answer critics this evening. I'm not here to answer critics, and I'm here, but I'm here to talk to those that are asking for answers of what is really happening. How could people treat us like this? Nestor, these are people who make very little money. These are people who have struggled in this challenge amidst this revolution. These are people who are taking care of families. But what they don't know is these people are not illiterates. So most of these people are degree holders. Most of them have master's degree holders as their children and PhD holders taking care of them. This is just the sole means of having an income. Very little income that I can really express. And then you decide to lock up the stores, cut off the little income that they can even have for the few days that they have left to survive. Some of those products in those locked stores will be maybe expired.
Yeah.
Some of them, if they are perishable, they're gonna be thrown away. And I tell you what, I lived a simple life. My father was a farmer. My mom used to work in the council. So I used to know, I know how these people who sell in the market rescue other families that depend on them. I'll tell you how the families depend on them. There are families right now, even when I was growing up, and I know it's worse at this time. There are families that go take things from people, vendors in the market, and pay at the end of the month. So you have not only punished the person who is getting the little money at maybe every day, but you are also punishing the families that depend on coming to take food to feed children at home. Who take credit, they take food, they take little things, maybe things like household things to cleaning, for things for breakfast, things for food for lunch, things for students who are going to school, just those basic things, basic needs, necessities. These people are not even asking for much. There is not much. If you look at all of Kumba market, that market when I was growing up used to flourish. That market is a quarter of what it used to be. How dare anybody? How can you lose touch of the same people you are mingling with day and night, seeing how they are struggling to survive, cut them off even the little line that is holding their hope? To me, I think that's cruelty.
But you know what they are trying to achieve, right? You know what they are trying to achieve.
I know what they're trying to achieve, but why don't they go to the right sources where they can achieve big? Why they don't join the van in the wagon in Yaoundé, the caravan in Yaoundé, and eat big? Why do they go and punish those that don't even have the possibility of sharing from their table? They
They
don't
have
have the possibility of even getting enough for their families. It's so pitiful. It's so painful that we allow people who look up to those leaders who sit in Kumba, whether it's in the council or it's in the GO's office, whether it's where, and they don't feel protected. Not at this time. Not at this hour. So these people are trying to revoke the right for people to choose what they want and how they want to carry their lives. You have to impose to them, you have to open your store at a particular day. And the person says, no, that's the person's business. Leave that person alone. But because they have their hidden agenda to please the people they are serving, these are the victims right now. But I am not going to be one of those that is going to be an accomplice by not speaking out what is wrong. I'm calling it is wrong. And I'm calling my brother, who is the mayor, Ngo. I'm calling my chief, who is a very able chief, dynamic, young, aspiring, successful. He knows what business is, to intervene and let these people live their life and get on with their businesses as
Which
they
chief?
wish.
Which chief are you
The
calling?
Chief of Kumba, Ekoko Mukete
Chief,
Jr.
okay, Chief Mukete, okay.
And the mayor of Kumba, or I don't know, I hear there are no more government delegates. These people just change it at any time they want. I hear he's no more the government delegate. Now he's the mayor. If he will listen to this video, and I know people are going to tell him that as she, one of your Bafo sisters, a true born of Kumba, just call my name. He knows me. We brought him to Korea. He knows me. I gave him a special treat when he came to Korea. We had a big plan in Korea, but because people are so greedy, we lost a lot of those projects in Korea from the sister council we were planning to build with the Kumba
Wait, wait,
Woman
wait.
Council.
Who did you brought to Korea? The mayor of Kumba?
Then he was a government delegate.
He was a government delegate,
Then,
CPDM member.
well, you know, they put the government delegate, they appoint government delegates.
You invited a CPDM member from Cameroon to South
Well,
Korea?
it was a connection. It was a connection. We wanted to build a coalition between two sister councils, and I think other countries are benefiting from that, from Korea. So you put these two councils together, and they work together. So Korea is a bigger economy compared to Cameroon,
But
unfortunately. And so we went trying to put these councils together so that they can benefit from the Korean councils, from things like refurbished computers, garbage trucks, and whatever thing we could benefit from this.
did it happen? Did it happen?
This rich council from Yongin in Korea.
Did it
It
happen?
didn't. You know why?
Because the CPDM.
I'm not gonna say it here because it's so ridiculous. This is what
CPDM.
greediness. This is what greediness does when people who sit at the helm of leadership are there for themselves, not for the people they lead. They don't have it. They don't have
Dr. P,
leadership
talk.
skills.
Dr. P, talk. What
They
happened?
don't have it.
He wanted the money for his own wallet or what? Say it. Say it. Why don't you say something?
That would be for another time.
No, you can say it
That
now.
will be for another time. No, I'm not here to
Right?
I'm not here to talk about greedy people. I'm not here to talk about people's personal lives, how they want to carry on with their lives. I'm not here to diminish their political ambitions and their positions they are holding. I'm here to cry out loud for those vendors, for the simple buy and sell them, a simple buy and sell them in Kumba market. I am here as their voice to speak out and say this is wrong for what they are doing, for what they are doing to them right now in Kumba. But I hope that within 24 hours this has changed. If it hasn't changed, they are instigating more violence. They are doing more harm than good. You know what? They teach people how to be resistant without understanding. When you treat people like this, they would surrender to any kind of form of government or leadership that pleases that listens to them. That's how we have ISIS and Taliban and all this, and we are crying foul. It starts from poor leadership, and then they go to the people that who listen to them, even if they don't they are not the right persons for them. So I am just here to talk about the manipulation, the diabolic manipulation of these mean, greedy politicians they call themselves, not in my not in my village, Kumba. Not in my village, Kumba. No, I deny. I cannot sit here and watch people crying like that in an open air with their own efforts. It is their efforts. We don't have the facilities to sponsor or to manage micro projects that people carry at home because all those institutions have been broken. They have been diminished. They have been abolished. These are people who are taking robbing Paul to pay Peter all their lives. And you want to take even that little opportunity from them by closing their stores? Who gave them the right to violate people's rights so much so that they turn them into babies crying. Watch their children watching mothers watching children crying, children watching their parents crying, not knowing what will become of their lives tomorrow. It is wrong.
Very wrong.
These are the same people who say, I am your leader. They need to go. You see, I want to say,
Dr. P.
I want to say this. This is disappointing. This
No,
is so disappointing.
The elections, they are
This is so disappointing because nobody should take up make up a decision or come up with such a decision. How did they come up with this decision to go lock those stores? I need to know who did that. I need to know who accepted. If it's the mayor who accepted the influence or the suggestion from some other person to buy all those locks to go lock those stores because people don't want to go to their stores on Monday. Is that helping? I think it's more harm than good.
Oh, yes.
I think it's more harm than this is not how you treat people in times of crisis.
Absolutely.
In times of crisis, you stand by them.
Absolutely.
You don't, and I just want to know, how did people get to this point of maltreating other humans like they are less humans, like they are animals? Like they are animals. It's not right. I am here to call on the authority to tell them, please let these people go on with their businesses. Let them choose when they want to open their stores, when they want to close their stores. It is their right. Their fundamental. It's just a simple right. They are not asking for any more. They've taken all the other rights, even this one to sell little stuff to even feed your own children. It's taken away from them. These are people that support most of the IDPs. These are people that break things down to even you can buy something for very little that you have. They'll break it down to the point that you can get just a little bit for the amount of money you have. Because they know they are living it. They are living in that environment. They are living in these troubled times. It is hard, and you are making it harder on them. What a poor strategy. This is just to expose. These are not leaders. It's just exposing their ignorance, their greed. It just exposes who they are working for. You cannot say you are leading people. You are modeling for people, showing them empathy and love like a leader, and you treat them like this. You are not for them. You are not for them. They better close it down. They close the offices that took this decision. Maybe it's a council. Let them go home and reconsider what they are doing to the people who are looking up to them to protect them. Yeah.
It is unfortunate that this is happening in Kumba. It is very unfortunate because right now people are very fragile in the nozzle.
People's lives are just outrightly gone. Hopelessness.
Exactly.
Hopelessness. And then they are making them more resistant, making them more violent, making them more desperate. And a desperate man
will do anything.
Will do anything. So are you solving the problem?
No.
A desperate man will do anything.
They are worsening the situation. They are worsening the situation. It is unfortunate. It is unfortunate. People are already vulnerable. They are weak.
They are playing politics with lives of people. They are playing politics with the lives of people, Nestor.
That is criminalism.
This is diabolic. This is a shame to the man. I don't know his name. I need to know that man's name and get his telephone number and give him a call. That he was standing in front of these people, honorable people who are just struggling for their livelihood, struggling for their families, and get so much ridicule. He was so shocked. I could see how he was shocked when everybody said, no, we are not going to open on Monday. We're not going to open on Monday. If that's the condition you are given. So if they say they are not going to open on Monday, what is that saying?
But the big question is, how many officials do we have in that area? And how many people do we have there? Because it is about time for Cameroonian to understand that it is a duty to participate to the transformation of your nation, of your country, not to watch it as a movie, not to be an observer, not to be an observer. It is about time for people to take their power in their own hand and to not listen to those so-called officials. They are not officials.
I I just imagine why I am sitting here, standing with those mothers, standing with those sisters, standing with the brothers and fathers, those buy and sell 'em, because I am one of them. I am one of them. And imagine my life when I was young. My mom used to ask us sometimes, I'll go with the, say, go and take 10 cups of gari from this woman. Go and take crayfish or dry fish from this woman. And my mom is going to settle them when she has the money. So they are starving children like us
Yes.
today. They are
Yes.
starving the children who are waiting, whose parents are living by going and taking things on credit.
Yes.
And how do you think those children are going to grow up?
They will grow with anger.
Do they really have consideration for those lives?
They will grow with anger and resentment. The revenge will be there on the forehead.
So
Revenge.
I am standing with the vendors, those buy and sellers, to say, no, we are not going to open our stores on Monday. If that's the only condition they are giving us, we are not going to, because they lack leadership skills, they lack leadership abilities to lead by protecting the people they are leading. They rather expose the people they are leading than protecting the people they are leading. And until we start discussing how we have to start leading, we are not going to get there. We need to start putting the right people in place, not the wrong people because they have connections. This is what we get. This is what we get. So I'm saying I am standing with you, Bayam Selam. I am a Bayam Selam. I don't care who tells you what to do. You have the right to choose how you want to carry your life, how you want to carry your business.
Yes.
That's your right.
Yes.
Nobody should take it from you.
Yes. Yes.
But there's a solution. I have a little idea to give to those leaders who have just an empty head of greed, full of greed for their own gains. Maybe this little advice might be of help to them. Do you want me to give them an advice,
Please do it.
Nestor, or
Do
I
it.
should just ignore
No,
them, let them
no,
still
do it.
continue getting into their doom and bury themselves? Because every time they are doing things like this, they are digging themselves and putting more soil on their heads, and they are going
Absolutely.
deeper and deeper in the ditch. By the
Absolutely.
time they realize, they are all far gone and forgotten.
It's already too late anyway. But give them the advice.
The advice that I thought these people have, because I thought that I always think that people have common sense, like my father used to say, common sense. But I've come to understand common sense is not common, because they are all so sunk. They are all, their hands are all rubbing into the blood of these people,
Yes.
of innocent people.
Yes.
But not until they develop the ability of starting to understand the minds of people, the hardship of people, and making it their own part of themselves, they are not going to lead those same people. You cannot lead a people who, with people you don't share the same conditions with them. You don't share the same pain with them. You must have empathy, compassion for those people that you are leading.
True.
Not until you develop that ability to live the same understanding with them, you would not even understand what they are going through. So you can just treat them the way you want to treat them. After all, you are living in your mansion. You're having your, they have all those things. They think they are living a life, but that's just a shame on them, because they are not living any life. I will
That's
never be a proud leader. I will not even allow the people I'm leading to be in any pain, because their pain is my pain. I want to
true.
ask them a question. Are the
Yeah,
people you are leading in Kumba, all those leaders, politicians, or whosoever you call yourselves, are the people in Kumba's pain your pain? It's a question I'm asking them, because I don't
true,
see it as their pain. Because if it was their pain, they are not going to inflict more pain on them. They're
true.
not going to inflict more pain on them. And the second thing I have to say is that until they start paying attention on the situation that is going on the ground, they start accepting that, you know what, we can no more suppress and rule these people. These people are woke. They are the woke generation. We are not sleeping. We are awake. We are not sleeping. Not until they come to understand, pay attention to the situation that is going on, with the crisis that is going on, and let the people just live it every day, that God has accepted that if it's not your life that is gone, maybe your child's life. It's a pile and pile of pain that these people are going through. Until they start paying attention to those people on the situation on the ground, they cannot arrive in having that empathy for the people they are leading. And then the last thing I have to say is to recognize and appreciate the lives of these people, their life, their means of making money. If they cannot appreciate them, encourage them, and have little meetings, and that's when we talk about solidarity. Bring these people together. They just need a little talk. They just need some love from the people who are leading them. They just need some appreciation and say, you people are doing so well, even through this crisis, to still feed mouth. Because if these people don't risk even sitting in their stores every day, leaving their homes every day to go sit in the stores, you know what will become of the people who depend on them? You never know what somebody is doing, because we always undermine people's functions in the society. We undermine them. Oh, they are just buy and sell them. So these people have a function. They are due the role they are playing in that Kumba. You and I cannot even imagine it until you lock their stores for all these days. Then you see how much families, how much pain you are causing other families. The population is in dire strait. Why put more pain on them? The revolution is already causing a lot. The crisis already is enough pain on them. Why do you want to inflict more pain on them? I just want them to allow these people to flourish. Let them flourish in their own rights. Let them do what they are doing in their own rights. Let them feed their children. Let them do the little thing they are doing, because it is not even much. It is not much, Nestor. It's
I
so
agree.
painful.
I agree. But look, Dr. P, I think you have the point there. I mean, you're calling on an end to abuse. You are calling on humanism to be the tool that anyone should be using, as they are calling themselves leaders or managers or whatever they are, supervisors. The common denominator should be humanism. Look at the human. Look at the human. At this particular time, there's no question that in the northwest and southwest part of the country, the vulnerability level is up there. And rather than worrying about the well-being of the people, they're trying to push them, they're trying to anticipate their travel to the grave.
Yeah, they are playing their politics. They are playing
Exactly.
the Yaoundé politics on them.
That is not politics, that is criminality. That is vampire.
Diabolic manipulation.
That is vampire.
Diabolic. People have been manipulated for so long. I don't know how they just cannot sit and say, you know what? I just cannot be here and seeing this wrong. I can't be a part of this wrong. I just cannot. Where is their sense? Where is their what? Why have they lost it? What is going on?
Their
So you
heart,
can go you can how much you look at those stores. If you hear how much is their capital for most of those stores, it's not even up to 500,000 CFA.
It doesn't matter, but they still need to feed their family. They
Of
still need to feed
course.
themselves. They still need to feed the community. That's what it comes
Those
down
are
to.
people who are just, they're big, they're struggling for life every day. They're struggling to survive.
Yes.
They're struggling to survive with their families.
Yes. 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 But Dr. P, I think we should try to transition from there to another topic that
Okay.
I really wanted us to address tonight. You spend a good 35 minutes on this Kumba thing.
It's
Yeah.
it's
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 a
it,
subject a lot
it's
of
it,
passion.
it, it
Understand?
affects me directly. It
I
affects
understand.
my brothers and sisters, my neighbors, my family. I'm a Bafo woman. I'm a
Yeah.
Bafo woman, and
Yeah.
as a true born of Bafo,
Yes.
people that come in, they are welcome, and this should be protected.
I know that for sure. I've
It is
been
our duty to protect them.
I've
And
been there.
Bafo people are very calm people. We are
Yes.
loving people.
Yes.
We embrace everybody. All of them, we are family. We are one. That's
Yeah.
why I'm talking here today, telling them I'm standing with them.
Yeah.
No
Me
to
too.
opening Monday, or opening our stores on Monday. No, we are not going to do it. But they are going to open our stores because it is our right to choose how we want to live our lives.
Yes. No question about it. So let's go from there to the speech. Recently, the president-elect of the Republic of Cameroon gave a speech, and he warned those rulers. He warned them. He said, if you organize an election without the end of the war in the nozzle and the review of the electoral code, people will get on the street to protect. So the trigger to get Cameroonian on the street is the government saying we are organizing elections. That's all they need to do. If this government if they have the gut that they think they have, let them call. We are organizing elections. Then they will see how many Cameroonians are unhappy, how many Cameroonians are frustrated. What was your take on that speech, Dr. P?
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant speech. And I want to say, Professor Kamto, finally, President-elect, finally, you are
Yeah.
speaking the language that we have been waiting for all these years. The language that Yaoundé will make Yaoundé tremble.
Yes.
The language that has it's making them have sleepless nights. I read that speech and I read it over and over. It was a brilliant speech. And I am just saying that, Professor Kamto, President-elect, we are behind you. If I was a Cameroonian, I will be behind you. And I'm behind you,
Very good. Much
even
better.
though he is questioning our independence. But we don't have any problem with that. I am behind him. For once, I am seeing how Cameroonians are moving to the right direction of the true sense of democracy. For once, we are seeing people standing up for their right. When
Yes.
when this his presidency, his power was usurped by the President Paul Biya, I had a talk with you,
Yes.
and you talked about diplomacy. I
Yes.
said, diplomacy, when they don't hear bang, 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 it's not making an effect. I think we are going to get there because Cameroonians are done. Cameroonians are done. We are done.
Yes. Yes.
I'm speaking like an Ambazonian, as a Cameroonian who has succeeded to put herself out of that misery. But I'm still a Cameroonian because I'm carrying a Cameroonian passport. But
Much better.
my mind is not a Cameroonian mind anymore.
You gotta
I've
be
been
careful.
able to liberate myself.
You might want to adjust your mind, Dr. P.
I have, and I'm thanking God that finally we could speak out and stand and protect ourselves, defend ourselves. And I think they are just waiting. They are just waiting. I applauded what happened in Mali, but I see the change is blowing. The wind of change is blowing, and nobody can stop it.
But
The time has come.
Do you think Cameroonians, the Cameroonian army, can behave like the army in Mali?
Well,
No one was killed.
yeah, no one was killed, but we can. I can now talk about if they are capable or not. But I just want to say that for the president elect to be able to make such a statement, he knows what he's saying. He's a very intelligent man.
Strongly agree. And he was very forceful.
He was very forceful. It was a very strong
Powerful.
speech. And I'm sure they are not sleeping in Yaoundé.
No, they are not. They are not. They are not. They are not sleeping. Trust me. Especially this part of the speech when he said, Cameroonian from within and from the diaspora, get ready.
Get ready.
We
Get
must
ready.
no longer accept being the object of mockery
Of ridicule, of
from
mockery.
other Africans. If the time has come, so be it.
Yes.
I will not betray you.
Mm.
May God bless Cameroon.
Yeah, he will not betray us like Frundi betrayed us.
Yes, Fuji did.
He will not betray us like Frundi betrayed us.
Yes, he did. He did. He did.
Yeah, big time.
So, Dr. P,
Well, finally, we are
yes,
here in the language. And I saw your last show. I
yes,
feel the enthusiasm in the youths
yes,
talking to. They
yeah,
are mobilizing. If Yaoundé is not feeling the heat, it is coming. It is boiling. It's
yeah.
gonna overflow very soon.
True, 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 true.
So I think they know already what is
They
coming.
do. They do.
They
They
do.
do.
It looks like we are rounding up, and I want
Yes.
to thank you, Nestor. It
2
was
more
just for
minutes.
us to tell the Bayam Selam, the people in Kumba who have
Yes.
been going through this malicious treatment, that we are standing with them, and the decision is final. No, no, no.
Exactly. Exactly.
They're not going to open the stores on Monday, but they are going to open those stores. Whether they like it or not, they're going to open the stores.
It is their decision, not the government decision. Not a bunch of thieves.
Not
Thieves should make the decision.
we don't Kumba people are loving people, but for people are loving people, they have empathy, they have compassion. And please, this is not our tradition, and it's not welcome in Kumba. It's not.
This government need to shut up and let the people go about running their lives, because they don't deserve to be DOs, SDOs, governors. They're all wrong. So they need to shut their mouth and let people feed their families.
Period. That's all they're asking.
Let people feed the community.
Through our efforts, through our own efforts.
They need to shut up. But you need to think about what we can do, Dr. P. You need to think about something we can do from the diaspora to let them know that too much is too much. Think about it, and then we are not going to just close this chapter like this. We are going to conduct a follow-up.
Yeah, we're going to have a follow-up, because
we'll conduct
they've just opened another chapter for us to sensitize the Bayam Selams, those vendors, to get sensitize them of their rights. I'm going to take it as my personal thing, duty, to sensitize them of their right, and they should not be allowed to be pushed by anybody. No human is more superior than you. No human should violate your rights.
We were all born the same, naked, speechless, and dumb. I don't care who you are, minister, governor, division officer, subdivision officer, whatever you are. If you think you are God, think it in your mind, because you are not. You're a fool.
So
throwing
they are
things at
fools.
you.
They are fools. See the way they were ridiculed.
Exactly.
See the way they were ridiculed.
The
Punishing people who committed no crime. What have these people committed? What crime have they committed?
nothing.
What crime? Why are you
Not
punishing innocent people?
because they're idiot. They are thieves.
Because you are playing politics.
They lost the
Lives
election,
of families.
the elections, and they are forcing themselves in power. We have no respect for them. Zero respect. That's why they are trying to force themselves into the population. Don't they don't do that? How foolish is that? Can you
Stupid.
believe that?
It's
Dr.
not our
P.
culture. It's not a
Dr.
performance culture. It's
Dr.
not
P.
welcome. We are
I'll-
compassionate. We have empathy. We have love. We don't treat people like this, and it's not welcome.
I strongly agree with you. And
Nobody should use the Bafo land to make himself popular
absolutely, strongly agree with you. And we
or
stand.
relevant. Make himself relevant.
Yes, yes,
We stand by them. We stand by those vendors. We stand by all the buy and sellers.
all of them,
We stand by them.
all of them. So, Dr. P, I'll let you conclude.
Well, I think we just concluded that we are standing by them by saying no. We are not going to open our stores on Monday, and we
Very,
have the right to choose, and we have the right to leave. We are not asking for much. We are just asking to feed our families and feed those families that depend on us.
absolutely.
We've not committed any crime, so don't
Not
make yourself relevant by punishing us.
absolutely, absolutely.
Well, good night to everybody. My foot soldiers in the southern zone and in the northern zone, or my mothers and fathers, my brothers and sisters who are protecting the population, who are working tirelessly, who have given their lives. I salute you people. I congratulate and I pray for you every day. And whatever thing you are doing, your name are not going to be forgotten. For those that have died, for the leaders, our CIC, who is giving us the right direction to go on with our revolution for our independence. I thank you. I pray for you every day. You are the leader that people have to emulate. Thank you and good night.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Thank you very much, Dr.
Why are
P.
you looking surprised?
I'm not surprised. You
Okay.
want a surprise? Come on. Come on now. Come
Uh,
on.
I think you'd be like, oh, I thought you were surprised. Okay.
Good night, everyone.
Good
Yes.
night. Good night, everyone. At least we make some laughs even when we are serious.